Hello guys, and welcome to Laguna Seca for the final race weekend here in the first season of this career of mine. Currently in Formula B. I'm not really sure what's going to happen after this season's done. I guess we're all going to be finding out about that, but hopefully you'll be sticking around to find out with me here. We are getting ready here for, this is going to be our first lap here, our first full lap anyway of the qualifying session here at Laguna Seca. Not really sure what to expect here. I don't think I raced this track ever since, I believe it was an old IndyCar title or something like that for the PC way back when. Probably one of the first racing games I ever played there. So it's been a couple of years since I've been out on this track here, and hopefully we're going to be competitive here, but I'm not really sure what to expect as we run a little wide here in one of the final corners here, coming through the second to last turn. Going to be going through the left-hander here out on the main straight. Sun in our eyes, can't see a damn thing right here. Not really sure what's going to happen with this time, where it's going to be taking us P10 currently. Well, nothing shabby about that, and nothing too brilliant about it either. So I guess we're going to be staying out for an additional lap here, see if we can improve on that. But even though we managed to chop off a few tenths of a second here, we do not improve in terms of position here. And even though we do sneak out here later in the session hoping to improve on our time, we're having trouble heating our tires as we spin in the first corner, and I guess we're just gonna have to make do with what we got here.
Okay, focus on the line.
Getting ready to get off the grid here, one of these middle of the pack starts that I really dread, because more often than not you're going to be ending up in the pit on the very first lap there to fix some damage. We get out of the gate nicely here. Somebody seems to be standing still right in front of us as we sneak down the middle of a couple of cars here. I think we have Alicia Samuels there on our left shoulder. She has to almost evade into the pit lane there just to stay out of our way, and it's cutting the corner there into the gravel bed there on the right. Not sure who that is, but again, Alicia Samuels off track, killing a sign in the process as we are making up all kinds of spots here in the first couple of turns as we are up to P5. It's our turn to run wide here in the right-hander. We seem to manage to save that without losing any positions or anything like that, but it appears that the P1 through P4 cars are opening up a slight gap on us as we have Christopher Gonzalez-Diaz immediately behind us here. Coming out on the main straight here, lap 1 status, starting 11th on the grid. We move up 6 positions on lap 1 here. Definitely something to be happy about. Jumping right ahead to lap 3 here, it appears that the P4 car there of Jean-Baptiste Segaud, and actually it's the P1 through P4 cars yet again there, seem to be pulling away from us a little bit here. We're about 2.5 to 3 seconds down on them right now, so we're unable to keep pace right now. But the good news is that we are opening up a gap on the P6 car, who is currently Alexander Perevenchev, I believe it's pronounced, and I guess that means Christopher Gonzalez-Diaz is somewhere down the field right now. Jumping ahead to lap 6 here, it appears that we're starting to find our groove, putting in a few very consistent and fast laps here, past couple of laps that is, but unfortunately though, it doesn't appear that we are closing the gap on the P3 car there with any significance whatsoever. You will notice that we are now into P4. That is because someone amongst the first 4 cars there must have been in to make their mandatory pit stop there, so it's not like we've overtaken anyone or anybody spun off the track. Skipping ahead to lap 8 here, it appears that Jean-Baptiste Segaud is currently in the pits to make his mandatory pit stop, as our teammate Daniel Clayton is currently in P2 and we are in P3 as we pass the pit lanes here. And still less than a second behind us there in P4, Alexander Perevenchev, and I have to say this is probably the first time during the entire season that I see him anywhere near the points. Either that or I haven't been looking hard enough, or he's been getting points in some of the races where I finished 20th, because Lord knows there's been a few of those. Skipping right ahead to lap 14 here, we are currently passing the pit lanes where Daniel Clayton, our teammate, is now in to make his mandatory pit stop. We are currently in P2 trying to chase down P1 Jose Vasquez. And as we jump ahead further here on the same lap, Jose Vasquez now coming in to make his mandatory pit stop, probably meaning that we and Alexander Perevizhenchev there, who is currently still right behind us now in P2, we're probably amongst the only cars on the track right now who have not been in to make our mandatory pit stops. So I guess we're in provisional first at the moment here. Jumping right ahead, lap 21, Alexander Perevizhenchev has now been in to make his pit stop as Jose Vasquez is currently running in second position, about 14 seconds down on us. And at this point, it is time for us to come in and make our mandatory stop. And it'll be interesting to see just where we are going to be rejoining the race here. This is going to be a very interesting pit stop for several reasons. Obviously, it'll be interesting to see just where we rejoin the track like I was talking about, but also we are going to be making the switch to the soft compound tire here. And I've had trouble making the adjustment from the medium compound to the soft compound later in the race, earlier in the season, giving us all sorts of grief there. So it'll be interesting to see just how this is going to play out as we have cones everywhere here coming out of the pit lane. Anyway, rejoining the track here in P7, a little disappointed about that, right behind Alexander Perevizhenchev, wouldn't you know it.
Okay, mate, let's see if we can get him on this lap.
Jumping right ahead to lap 24 here, the soft compound definitely appears to be giving us some grip that we did not have on the first stint. Also, the light fuel load probably plays a part in that, but we are closing the gap here on Alexander Perevizhenchev, and I believe it is Alicia Samuels directly ahead of him without any hassle here. And bit of tussling going on between the two cars right there in front of us. It appears that Alicia Samuels is very slow at the moment and is kind of holding up Alexander. Jumping ahead to lap 25 here, Alexander Perevizhenchev very aggressive here, moving down the inside of Alicia Samuels here, taking over what is P5, and hopefully that doesn't mean that he's going to be pulling away from both Alicia Samuels and us. I was kind of happy with the situation there where she seemed to be holding him up a little bit there, allowing us to catch up to both cars.
The driver in front has pulled a 1 second lead, you're still right on him. Pile on the pressure, this is great stuff. You're going to do him in the next few laps.
Coming through the fast right-hander here, this is going to be our moment of opportunity, executing a little bit of a dummy here, moving down the inside of Alicia Samuels here, outbraking her into the corner, and we are into P6. Jumping ahead to lap 28, we are opening up a gap on Alicia Samuels, all the while we are closing a gap on Alexander Perevizhenchev here. And coming through the right-hander one more time, there's no dummy this time, we just burst down the inside there, no trouble whatsoever. We are into P5 here with 15 laps remaining of the race and a car that is handling absolutely beautifully. Jumping ahead to lap 32 here, more laps for the slaughter, it would seem, as we have completely closed the gap on P4, Paul Terry here, and we are just waiting for our opportunity. I guess the right-hander there where we have executed our two passing moves so far this race is probably going to be the spot, as we seem to be very fast coming through that corner if we take it just the right way. And trying to get a good exit from the corner here, running a little wide, trying to go down the inside. There's no room for that as we have to make the switch over here, running neck and neck into the turn, have to brake very late indeed, and I'm not sure whether or not we actually made that stick. I guess we did. That's probably him in our rearview mirror there. So into P4 here on lap 32. Very happy about this one. Jumping ahead to lap 34 here, there is no doubt in my mind that we are currently driving the fastest car on track as we seem to be catching our competitors here with relative ease. And coming into the left-hander one more time, we are going to try and outbrake Jean-Baptiste Segault here. Coming into the turn there, a little bit of contact, but we make it stick, and we are currently in P3 with only 9 laps remaining. Jumping right ahead to lap 38 here. Again, we've managed to catch up to the current P2 car, this time Daniel Clayton, our teammate. And obviously, we're going to have to pick our spot here if we are going to pass Daniel, because obviously we do not want to put ourselves in a position where we could end up potentially putting both cars out of the race.
1 second behind P2. Come on, keep digging.
Skipping right ahead to lap 41, we are running out of time if we're going to make a move here, so we're going to be probing to the right. There's no room for that, so we make the switch over, going to the left instead, trying to outbrake him into the turn as we end up right on the exhaust of current P1 Jose Vasquez, and we are into P2 here with only 2 laps remaining of the race, right on the bumper of the P1 car. And lucky enough for us, it appears that we're running into a cluster of back markers there. We have 3 or 4 cars right ahead of Jose Vasquez, so obviously they are going to be holding him up a little bit, or hopefully they're going to be holding him up anyway, allowing us to catch up to him, and we'll see what we can do with that. As well, he does manage to pass at least one of them there. He's going for another overtake, so maybe we're not going to be getting that extra help there from the back markers that we were kind of hoping there. So, and it even appears that they're pulling away from us slightly there.
You're getting really close now. Hustle him. Try and force him into a mistake. Come on, you can do it.
And unfortunately, this means that we also have to pass this back marker here of Martin Shamos, I believe it is. Hopefully he doesn't have a particularly fast car at this point. We move down the inside, no problem there, but look at Jose Vasquez running off track into the grass there, making some sort of mistake. Not sure what happened, but we take full advantage of that, and we are into P1 here with less than 1.5 lap to go. Skipping right ahead to lap 43 here, all sorts of stuff going on behind us. Here's Daniel Clayton and Jose Vasquez going very hard here on the diameters of this race as we come through the sweeping left-hander here. Big crash behind us there. Jose Vasquez, Daniel Clayton, both off track. Loads of debris everywhere. Not sure what happened, but it appears that both, or at least one of the cars, are out of the race here as we come through the last turn. Lap 43, we're going to be taking the win here at Laguna Seca, but what a drama there for the podium positions in the end.
Won the race. You really earned it today. Great job.
So anyway, quite a nail-biter there in the end. We take the win here in the main race at Laguna Seca, and by the looks of it there, it appears that Daniel Clayton ended up not finishing the race here, as he is currently in 10th position. Jose Vasquez finishing 2nd. Jean-Baptiste Segaud rounding off the podium there in 3rd position, and Alexander Perevizhenchev, who we saw a lot of this race, ends up in 4th. So championship standings so far here, we have 145 points. Jose Vasquez is in 2nd, 101 points. Christopher Gonzalez-Diaz is in 3rd, 84 points. As always, guys, if you enjoyed this, please don't forget to leave a like or subscribe to this channel for more Project Cars action, and I'll be seeing you soon enough. Bye-bye.